There you have it, guys. The Bulls season is finally over. The long, grueling 22-60 season is finally over. A lot of lows, but there are some highs to look forward to for the next season, for the 2019-20 season. First being, Zach LaVine, in my opinion, had a phenomenal year with the Bulls here. He finished with 23 points per game. In my opinion, he is one of the top three most improved players of the year. I don't think he's going to get it, though, because of how the Bulls finished record-wise and, just all the crazy stuff going on. We fired Fred Hoiberg early on in the season, got Jim Boylan. Lauri Markkanen had a solid sophomore season. Wendell Carter had a solid rookie season. We got Otto Porter, who did good for the Bulls. There were some setbacks, though. Denzel Valentine didn't play a single game this year for the Bulls. Chris Dunn took a huge step back in productivity and just all around, didn't look that good for the Bulls. In my opinion, I think they should go with another point guard there. What else? You got Jabari Parker being traded, so is Bobby Portis. I didn't particularly like the fact that we traded Portis, but you never know. Who knows what could have happened. We do have a lot of forwards on the team, so, I don't know what's going to go on with the Bulls here. But, there were also a lot of highs. The Bulls looked like a solid team in the beginning of the second half, especially when we traded for Otto Porter. He helped us with three-point shooting, defense. He's a great 3-and-D type of player. Really provides a lot of hope for the team. Sometimes for these young rebuilding teams, all you need is one guy to really change the whole environment of the team. And I really, really liked what he provided for the Bulls. I think he did a great job for us. I think that was a good trade. Jabari Parker, unfortunately, wasn't working out for us. I personally thought that the Bulls might have even made the playoffs had he fit in a lot better with the Bulls. But unfortunately, that did not work out, obviously. Things to look forward to going into the 2019-20 season. Obviously, we don't know what pick we're going to get yet, but like many Bulls fans and like many NBA fans, I'm hoping we could either get a guy like, obviously, Zion Williamson. If we can't get him, a great consolation prize would be Ja Morant. He's getting a lot of comparisons to Derrick Rose, and why not? He's a young athletic guard who could finish well in the paint. His three-point shooting is a little lackluster there, but that's obviously got room for improvement. He's a great young player. Who else? RJ Barrett, if we can get him. I know we have Otto Porter, and I just mentioned that. You never know what they can do with that. You got to take the best man available at some point. It's a really top-heavy draft. So, if you get a top 3 pick, you got to take either Zion, RJ, or Ja Morant. None of those players are lacking in skill or potential, which I would love to get any of those guys. You obviously also have to sign a veteran point guard. I think, Ricky Rubio's a free agent at the end of this year if the Jazz don't re-sign him. Derrick Rose, who can provide a lot of scoring off the bench and a lot of, a spark for the Chicago Bulls. Obviously, the former Bull from Chicago just released his documentary. Best documentary I've ever watched, in my opinion. That's a little biased because I am such a big Derrick Rose fan, but I'm not kidding. I think if the Bulls could find a way to sign Derrick Rose, I think $7-8 million is around the asking price, is what I heard. I think he would be a good fit for the Bulls. Veteran point guard who can teach the younger guys a thing or two about what it means to win. He hasn't won a championship, but he knows how to win games. He brought the Bulls a few really good seasons, and he's a former MVP. You never know. I don't know what the Bulls could do with Chris Dunn at this point. I didn't want to believe it when I heard that they weren't impressed with his off-season workouts going into this season, because I was such a huge Chris Dunn fan. I'm a really, really big fan of anybody who could play defense. That's why I was such a big fan of Joakim Noah. I love Dennis Rodman, Scottie Pippen, all those guys that could play defense. They always have a place in my heart. But I mean, it just didn't seem like with Chris Dunn on the floor that was our best option at the time. I love Ryan Arcidiacono. If we could find a way to keep him, I think that would be very beneficial for a team like the Bulls. I mean, we haven't seen what Denzel Valentine could do with this team. He's a good 3-point shooter. I don't really know what else he can do for this team. He still has to work on his shot selection, in my opinion, even though he didn't play this year. Just judging by last year and the year prior, I don't like his shot selection one bit, but that could always work. He's still a solid 3-point shooter. So, I mean, we just got to see what the Bulls can do there. I don't know what else the Bulls can do. I mean, obviously you got to wait for the lottery to see what pick they get. If they finish in the top 3, that would obviously be awesome. But 4 on, there's a lot of different things that we could get thrown out there. Obviously, Darius Garland. As I mentioned before, I don't really want the Bulls to get a shooter here. They need a facilitator to sort of get our shooters going, like Larry Markkinen, Otto Porter, or even Zach LaVine. I don't know. I don't think the Bulls need another shooter. But if we could get a guy like John Morant, I mean, my God, this team has a lot of potential. I know I said there's a lot of lows, a lot of highs, but there's one thing I really see in this team is a lot of potential. Zach LaVine had a great year with the Bulls. Larry Markkinen had a promising sophomore season. Wendell Carter had a great rookie season, in my opinion. A great rebounder, solid scorer. He could obviously, use a little help there. He's a great defensive player around the rim. Obviously, he can block shots really well. And I mean, adding another veteran point guard, even a rookie point guard, whoever we can get, would really help this team and solidify us as one of the best rookie teams or young teams in the NBA, in my opinion. I heard comparisons to the Sacramento Kings. Maybe we can have that type of bounce back season next year. I believe it when I see it. I hope so. I see some potential in this team because I was actually fortunate enough to watch them throughout the season and sort of judge them to see what they're doing right, what they're doing wrong. And I think they have a lot of potential. A lot of energy was put forth, especially around the second half of the season. A real big contributor, in my opinion, again, Ryan Arcidiacono. That guy is a monster. He's got a solid 3-point shot. He plays defense, and that is really all you need. He's a great locker room guy, I feel like. You see him celebrating with all his teammates whenever they make a 3 and stuff like that. It's just, I love Ryan Arcidiacono. I think he should stay on this team. I think they should do whatever they can to keep that guy because he provides you with a great spark off the bench. He is such an underrated player that I feel like nobody is talking about. I would be very upset if the Bulls ever let him go. He's a mini Kirk Hinrich, as they say. You got like guys like Walter Lemon Jr. I mean, I know he kind of put up empty stats there because we didn't really have many other players playing. But, I mean, that's a mini Derrick Rose. You watch him play, he's an athletic player. He can finish around the rim. You never know. He can facilitate a little bit. Who knows what we can do? I mean, if we get a veteran point guard and draft a point guard, unfortunately, I don't think that Walter Lemon Jr. would be an option to keep. But you never know. I'd rather us still keep Ryan Arcidiacono at that point. But, again, you don't know what can happen. Somebody could request a trade, could sign another guy. Again, I kind of hope we get rid of Chris Dunn because it doesn't seem like that's working out very well, whether we can do a trade or not. I don't know. Now, I was talking to my friend about potentially if we get the number 1 pick, if we're lucky enough to get the number 1 pick, should the Bulls get Zion? Obviously, the answer, 9 out of 10 would be yes. But what about that 1 time out of 10 where you can consider maybe doing a trade? Hear me out. I know it sounds crazy. Zion is a once in a generation, once in a lifetime, once in a millennium type of talent. But is he the best fit for the Bulls? We've got Larry Markkinen, Wendell Carter at forward, and I mean, you can't put him at the 3. You don't know what to do in that situation because it's just clogged up there. It's just clogged at the forward and center position. You can't really. You might be able to put him at a low, a small ball center, but would that be the best option? I don't know. I think we could get a good trade package. Maybe trade him to whoever gets the second pick, maybe even the third pick. And if we were to get the first pick, and see what we can get in this sort of a trade package deal, move down a little bit, get a guy like Ja Morant. That'd be a better fit in my opinion right now. That way you don't have to cause much friction with the lineup. So we'll just have to see there what happens, and I don't know. Again, May 14th, which is the date of the lottery draft. So we'll see what happens at that point. Again, if they get the number 1 pick, maybe explore a little trade there. I don't know. But, that's going to wrap up this video. Just want to give a quick recap on the season. A lot of highs, a lot of lows, more lows than highs. But, the lottery draft is when hopefully it all pays off. So, calm down, Bulls fans. 2019-20 season hopefully will be a little bit better. Right now I'm hoping for 35 wins at least. 39 wins. You never know. It's a weak Eastern Conference. I said that earlier on in the season before, but we'll see it. We'll see what happens. All right, guys. Thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.